Okay, I hope everybody sees the entry screen solutions for embedded systems, xPico Wi-Fi, and this is what I want to talk about. For the guys who came a little bit later, my name is Peter Gierholzer, and I'm field application engineer for Lantronix. I'm taking care of Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Okay, there's not too much business down in Africa. The main business is in Central Europe. Lantronix is a company who is taking care of connectivity. Our statement is connect smart, do more. And our goal is making connectivity as easy as possible and in parallel also secure. The Lantronix embedded value proposition, basically why you should buy us, is we have production ready solutions. They're simple and easy to use. If you look at the xPico Wi-Fi, at the end of the day, you have to connect to the xPico Wi-Fi power, which is 3 volt ground, and serial interface. And then basically you're in business. The rest is done on the xPico Wi-Fi, which is also, that's the second point, it's a short time to revenue. That means you don't have to spend weeks and months in designing the device. It's a pretty straightforward, easy thing, which gives you low risk. We have a very long warranty of 5 years. You need no RF engineering experience. So all this wireless stuff is taken care by us. And product longevity means that this is an industrial product. We will provide it to you for years. It's not unconsumable. Lantronix has hardware for machine to machine and Internet of Things applications. And basically, our main asset is our software, our firmware, what we provide. And you can offload all your network stuff to us. And there is a nice application running on the xPico Wi-Fi. It's secure. It's a robust and hardened waterproof package, and the module is certified. So, in total, it's a low cost of ownership. No, sorry, take a little bit. Okay, here we are. This is the modules what we have. As you can see, I made the count. It's something around I think 14, 15 products, which we are selling and which are deal basically all with network connectivity. And I want to talk today, not all of the products. I want to talk about the xPico Wi-Fi specifically. The xPico Wi-Fi is brand new. We brought it out in July, and it's a device server. So it takes data from the local interface, which can be on serial, on SPI, or USB, and puts it on TCP packet and sends it over the Wi-Fi to the remote side. It supports 11 BGN in the 2 to 4 GHz range. It has an ARM Cortex M3 processor in it, and it has a Broadcom Wi-Fi chipset. As I said, 2 serial ports, SPI, USB, and up to 11 GPIOs. It's a very small form factor, 16 by 24 millimeters, and it has on the bottom a 40-pin connector. One of the real nice things of this module is it has a simultaneous soft access point and client mode. So from the network interface, it has in reality 2 logical ones. One is an access point where you can easily access the module and configure it. I will show you later on how to do this. And the second one is in client mode, where you can basically connect to your network at home in the company. Both are working in parallel. And the client mode is the mode which you're operating normally, and the soft access point mode is basically used for configuration and also for service technicians. Smart roam is when you move the device that it looks for the best available access points and changes it. This is more an industrial feature. Quick connect, I can show you later, is a very easy way to connect an access point, and WPS is wireless protected setup that you can connect to an access point by pushing buttons. The other thing is of this device is it has several power save modes. The one that uses the less current is 6 microamps. It has a lot of software in it. It has a full IP stack, and it has a web server in it. It has also all this wireless WPA, WPA2. It features an yes encryption up to 256 bits encryption and WPA personal, so appreciate keys. It operates in the industrial operating temperature from -40 to 85, and it has a 5-year warranty. Are there any questions?
Yes, hello.
Okay.
We had some questions, but they were mainly about technical things, about hearing, and some people mention lower voice quality. Maybe it is due to some speed of internet connections or similar, because, for example, we hear you very well. So, and also I'd like to mention that with all questions, please write them to me, e.g. to administrator, not to Mr. Herholzer, but to administrator. And I manage questions, and then I will ask them at once after some short break. Okay, so for now, no questions.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, writing the questions for me is very logical, but I'm busy in presenting. So, and Martin is helping me concentrating the questions, and if there are questions from multiple people, you will the same question from multiple people, you will ask only once.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Presenter usually doesn't have any time to read questions and to see all of them. That's why we do it this way.
Yeah, in principle, it's possible. I have the eyes and the mouth are could do different things, but sorry, I'm a man. I'm not a woman, so I can do only one thing at one time. Okay, let's go ahead. What can xPico Wi-Fi do for you? From the network connectivity, it's an easy connection to infrastructure networks. With a quick connect, you have an easy association. I will show it later on. It's simple to use, and therefore you have a fast time to market with a very reduced software development. On the other hand, the integrated soft access point allows mobile devices, a smartphone and tablet, to easily connect to this device. One of the issues you have with wireless devices on the embedded side is when you go when you have to configure these devices very individually for each end customer. Each end customer has its own SSID and it has its own passwords. The question is how to get this into the device when you have an embedded device without screen and keyboard. And one of the ways solving this issue is the soft access point, because the soft access point allows you an easier access to the device and configuring it through an PC, laptop, tablet, or even a smartphone. Whether it's Android or iPhone, it doesn't matter. And this is one of the nice features of this device. It has an onboard server web server. That means no cryptic AT commands. You can really click and enter. Yeah, and it also supports custom mobile applications. Typical applications are in the industrial range. For example, I have one customer who's interested in controlling industrial valves remotely. These are valves which control water pipes or water flow. They're in water pipes, and the xPico Wi-Fi is very nice because you don't have to put a data cable to the valve. You can basically bridge a couple of meters to the valve, and so the installation is much nicer. Another one is door locks in hotels. In hotels, you have nowadays very often already a Wi-Fi infrastructure, and so the idea is basically adding a low power Wi-Fi device into the door lock, and when you want to enter the door lock, it checks with the central server whether you have the credentials for this room or not. There are a couple of other things. One of them is, for example, an application for connecting water softening devices in the home network. The customer is basically doing water softening. If you have hard water, then there is a way in softening it that you add some salt to it. And these devices, they can connect to the home, and they want to give the homeowner the ability to check whether the device is working and what is the salt level, and this from his PC. And so this device needs network connectivity, and Wi-Fi is a very easy way to do this without putting new cables. Similar thing is sauna control. The sauna connects through Wi-Fi to the access point of the homeowner. Then it goes to a central server from the sauna control manufacturer, and this allows you remotely to control your sauna and switch it on before you come home. A couple of other things going in this direction. Any questions so far, Martin?
Yes, we have some questions. Question from Mr. Mr. Bulaku. Which is the target application for xPico? I see you mentioned some applications, so we suppose here is a big interest about target application and to describe more typical applications, for example.
Target application is basically everywhere where a wire is in the way, or it's difficult to put in a wire. If you are in an, let's say, office, then typically you have a network cable somewhere around, and then it's much easier to connect the network cable and take, for example, the xPico. But if you have no network cable infrastructure there, then Wi-Fi is a very good tool. I have another customer, for example, who is using our devices for access control of forklift trucks. And in this case, a wire is a little bit impractical because the forklift trucks are moving. In theory, you can think about a big cable drum at the end of the forklift truck, and it stays cabled, but it's not a really good practical solution. And so Wi-Fi is a good one. The xPico Wi-Fi in particular, when you have to send, you can basically do both. You can send actively information from your embedded device to some central server or to a local server, but on the other hand, you can access this device also from a server or from a web interface. So it's very flexible. There is no really one vertical industrial area. Another question, Martin?
Yes. One question regarding technical data prices and these. I'd like to say that all technical data or any further details are available at our website in our new article from a few days ago. There are many links to download these technical descriptions. Prices will be soon at our website because within few days we will have xPico Wi-Fi modules in our stock. So just I must ask you for a little bit of patience. It is a very new module, so everything is in the beginning, though the module is in production, but it's still novelty. And so this is just to inform you about this. And we have some concrete question from Mr. Pikachu. Can we add our own code to the system in some way? We are at the beginning of a new project, and I guess with this device, by adding some code, we could use xPico alone without additional microcontroller. So
the answer is from my side a very clear yes and no.
Yes.
Why yes and no? We will provide a software development kit. This will be available end of October, beginning of November, and the software development kit will allow you to add some own code to it. To answer your question really sufficient, I would need more information. What should the code do? The target of the first software development kit will be that you can write your own web pages and that you have access to the serial interface. When you need more, we have to discuss it. And I think the best thing would be that you send me an email afterwards, and I will try to answer in a more detailed way.
Yes, so these questions which you answered now, it is also regarding, so to say, additional functionality, whether xPico Wi-Fi can replace maybe some small microcontroller or this. And as you said, yes.
In general, if the requirement is, for example, protocol conversions or simple logic, yes, it's doable. But on the other hand, the space is limited. So if you have a very complicated logic, then it will not fit into it.
Yes. Okay, and we have another question. Which are the main arguments in favor of xPico instead of, for example, xPort? For example, here is a detailed market in Romania. Romanian customers used xPort until now. So why should they use xPico or xPico Wi-Fi?
Okay, xPort and xPico are serial to Ethernet devices. xPico Wi-Fi is serial to Wi-Fi device. So it's basically the one is Ethernet, the other is Wi-Fi. That depends really on your customer and your application. What is the better solution? The difference between xPort and xPico is the xPort comes with an RJ45, the xPico comes without an RJ45, but the rest of the stuff is the same. There's some, so I would say, if you want an easy solution, take the xPort. If you need a special RG45, for example, and watertight RG45, or you need some other industrial type Ethernet connector, then the xPico is the right choice. Also, if you want to do power over Ethernet, the xPico is the right choice. If you need a second serial interface, the xPico is the right choice. And if you need more than 3 GVAs, then also the xPico. But otherwise, I would take the xPort because it's a complete solution, including the RG45.
Yes. This touches directly about interfaces of xPico Wi-Fi. As we can see, xPico really replaces many integrated circuits at once, thanks to many interfaces which it has inbuilt. And we have the last question for now, until now, just about RS-232, whether it is possible to place into xPico Wi-Fi our own web pages, which would display some data from communication line RS-232.
Okay, this is the purpose of the software development kit, which will be released in a beta version something around the end of October, beginning of November.
Yes, so we can say until now not, but soon it will be possible.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thanks.
The reason why you need a software development kit is when you get a packet in from the serial interface, you need some logic which says, okay, I want to show the temperature on this place in the web page, and the temperature is coming in the incoming byte. In the incoming packet, it's byte number 3 and 4, and the low byte comes first, and it's the temperature in Celsius. And you need some logic which knows this, and you have to put a little C program which picks it from the incoming packet and puts it in the right place on your web page. And so this is the reason why you need a software development.
Yes, thanks. So these are all questions until now.
Okay, let's continue. What do you think is the most important feature on xPico Wi-Fi? It's zero host load operation. That means you don't need something to do on the microcontroller. It has low power operation and management. The physical size, it's very small. And believe the emails what you get, size measures. It has simultaneously soft access point and client mode. It has a device server built in. You can update the firmware over the air, so remotely. And it has a robust Lantronix device server application suite. Let's go a little bit in more details. Zero host load operation. xPico Wi-Fi provides a very simple operational interface. In the sense of you configure the xPico Wi-Fi at the beginning, and then you just send data to the serial interface. And this data is taken from the xPico Wi-Fi, put in a TCP packet, and sent to the remote side. Everything that it gets from the remote side is unpacked and it's sent out to the serial interface. You can configure the xPico Wi-Fi either through the web interface or from your microcontroller through XML record files. There is no need that you develop and write a control state machine and to issue and parse input commands. You don't have an API to develop. You just send data out on the serial interface. And this makes it very easy to connect it to your device. The next is power management. The xPico Wi-Fi supports a couple of power management modes. And here is a list. In the worst case, it takes 90 milliamps. This is basically everything is on, and also the soft access point is on. When the soft access point is on, it has to send out every 100 milliseconds a beacon, and so you need for sending is the worst operation from a power point of view, so it takes 90 milliamps. If you switch off the access point, and then you're looking much nicer. It's 13.5 milliamps in idle mode. Idle mode means nothing. The next mode is the CPU sleep, but the peripherals are on, so it can react on incoming data on the serial side, for example. And here we are at 3 milliamps. And if you switch everything off, basically you're in deep sleep mode, you're at 6 micrograms. Questions to this?
Okay. No questions until now.
Let's continue. The next point is to give you a little bit an idea about the size. We took the size of the xPico Wi-Fi, which is roughly 400 square millimeters, and compared it what the competition has. And yeah, this is the result. And of course, we have made the statistics, so we are a winner. The other ones need more space, and as I said, space matters. This is an example which should give you an idea about simultaneous client and soft access port mode. xPico Wi-Fi here is simultaneously connected to the access point in the home, and it also allows access for the service technicians with his tablet. And both can only access basically the oil level. The tablet cannot go into the home, and also from the home you cannot access the tablet. This we have done for security reasons, that this is separated, but both can connect to the serial, basically to the serial port, and read out the oil level. This is the xPico device server, and what I want to show you how easy it is to access to the xPico Wi-Fi. So just a moment, I have to change the sharing. Desktop one. I have what you see is now my desktop with a lot of icons. Don't get disturbed by it. I have next to my laptop, I have an xPico Wi-Fi sitting there, and this xPico Wi-Fi has its access point on. And if I go here, I see all the access points which are nearby. And you see here one access point, which is called xPico Wi-Fi 980282. This is basically my xPico Wi-Fi with the last 3 bytes of the MAC address. Because if you have multiple of them in parallel, you have to distinguish between them. If I want to connect to this, I just click to this here and say connect. It's now connecting to the xPico Wi-Fi. Normally, when it's first time, it will ask you for the passphrase of the WPA2. Since it's my xPico Wi-Fi, it already knows it, and it straightforward connected it. So as you can see here, I'm now connected to the xPico Wi-Fi. What I can now do is opening a browser and type in the IP address of the xPico Wi-Fi. It's 192.168.0.1, which is a standard IP address. When I connect to it, It wants the username. Sorry, mine is German, so its username on the password is the password. Username is admin. The password is password in all in uppercase. Okay, you're now connected to the xPico Wi-Fi. It shows you the web server of the xPico Wi-Fi, and then you can configure the xPico Wi-Fi whatever you want. One of the nice features is the Quick Connect. The Quick Connect basically makes a connection on the client side, and it searches for access point, what it sees, and then you just can click, for example, this is my test access point, and you can click to it, and then you can make a connection. You have to put in the passphrase, and then you're connected. That's all. And so let's see. Yes, I'm sure. Yeah, we are waiting. I'm no longer so sure whether I typed in the right password. Let me have a look. Yeah, it doesn't like me. Okay. Okay. Questions to this?
So questions are, we have one question, and it regards is it possible to do localization on the web configuration pages, like translating the setup text to Hungarian? So I suppose it should be localization from your side to make some language changes or so.
I think so, but I'm not 100% sure. I have to double check and come back to you. If I look at, I haven't seen the software development yet, so I can. This is the reason why I'm not 100% sure. If I look at the other development kits, there it is possible, but I will double check it and come back to you. Just let me write.
Yes, so because of it, it's a novelty. Everything is so far a little bit open. So we will maybe see more in detail within few weeks. Okay.
Yeah, latest when the SDK is available, I know it, but I just send my product manager an email, so we will know the answer.
Yes, no question until now. I just would like to say, at the moment we are 50. We have 51 people connected to this webinar. So thanks for attention, and we can continue on.
Okay, web pages I have shown you. Reliable UTA over-the-air updates. You can upgrade the firmware through the wireless interface. The keyword here is reliable. In the sense of if you do this, you must be sure that you can lose the power at any time, and the xPico Wi-Fi is afterwards, when the power is back, it's still usable. In the worst case, or basically what it does is, when you do an upgrade over the air, it reboots and starts a special firmware image which can do just the update and shows you a very simple web page. This firmware image is on different places in the flash. You get your new firmware, you write it down into the flash, and then you reboot the new firmware and everything is fine. For example, if you lose power while it's downloading the firmware and writing in the flash, you are ending up with a half-written firmware, which is very likely it will not work. If it reboots, so for example, somebody pushed the reset button at the wrong time, or you have a power failure, it will realize, okay, my firmware has a bad checkdown, it's not able to boot, so I reload my UTA firmware. And the UTA firmware is basically then saying, okay, fine, you have to resend the firmware, so you are safe. And you can do it through the web interface. No cryptic commands, just click. And the result is no more bricks. Bricks is a typical American word. It basically, if you have an electronic device which it's useless, it's no longer working, you can only use it as a brick on your desktop and make sure when the wind comes in that the paper doesn't push from your desk. Okay, the xPico Wi-Fi is a little bit too small and too light to do this purpose, but yes, the idea is you never make a brick out of xPico Wi-Fi. The next picture shows you the xPico Wi-Fi evaluation kit, and it comes with a kit with the xPico Wi-Fi mounted on it. It comes with a power supply and nice adapters. Okay, you can forget this one. This is a British one. I'm not quite sure for what this is good for. I think it's a Chinese one, and this is the standard European. It also comes with a rubber duck antenna, and it also comes with a little strip antenna. This is a small PCB, and this is an antenna cable, and here we have a UWL connector, which you can clip in directly on the xPico Wi-Fi. If you look a little bit on the board, you have here the xPico Wi-Fi. You have here an RS232 DB9, and you have two USB interfaces. This USB interface is basically hooked up to the xPico Wi-Fi as an input, and this USB interface here is intended for power supply. It has no data lines. It's not true. Its primary purpose is power lines. And you can see here also the connector of the power supply is a mini USB. You just plug it in and then you have power. What you can do is the second serial interface is by default coming out on this 3 pins: ground, transmit, receive. But if you change those jumpers and put them here, then the second serial interface is routed here and shows up as an USB serial on this device. And this is quite nice for newer PCs, because Newer PCs has only USB interface, and no longer serial interface you can get in here. This is a little bit misleading here. It's an Ethernet connector and a power over Ethernet circuitry. It's useless with the xPico Wi-Fi. We will use the same board in the future also for the xPico, and then this Ethernet makes sense. So please keep in mind, you get it for free, but you cannot use it with the xPico Wi-Fi, only with the xPico. Here it's very difficult to see. You have some LEDs and the jumper, and you have here also some buttons like reset, reset default, and go into deep sleep mode. This here is a connector or a switch which you can switch on and off the power to the xPico Wi-Fi. Martin, are there any questions?
For now, no question.
Okay, good. Let's go for the next one. If I have put now a burning desire to get this module, I want to make sure that you know what you have to order. And these are the ordering numbers, and you'll find the same thing on the web page from SOS. This here is the demo kit, which includes an xPico Wi-Fi and the 2 antennas and also the mounting clip. This is a sample. This is just the xPico Wi-Fi. It comes with a mounting clip and a pin connector, and you have to solder it on some board connector, and then you can plug in the xPico Wi-Fi. And this is the bulk package where which you buy when you go into production. Please note that the mounting clip is also included. Let's go back here. If you look at this picture here, you see these white things, and it has 4 legs. The legs go into holes of the board. So it basically, and the legs has hooks, so it snaps in, and its whole purpose is to hold the xPico Wi-Fi in its place. The connector itself has not enough force to keep it there. It's good for development. I don't use the clip on my boards, but if you go into production, you need the clip. Good. That's it from my side. So let's wait for questions from your side.
Yes, thanks. At the moment, no questions. I suppose the questions could be many, but it is really novelty, and many some things maybe will be more in detail within few days. Some questions are also now appearing. Before I read them, I'd like to say that we in SOS Electronics are able to visit all of you developers, customers, with people from Lantronix, and to provide you technical support or InDesign support or any kind of support which you would need. Just contact us through our website, and we will discuss some details about visit to you. And no problem, we do it usually already many years, so just let us know. And I can read questions which appear now.
Also, I have no problem if you send me direct an email. My email is on there. But you can also send it to your local SOS guy, and then either he can answer it or he will involve me.
Yes, we have a question about our website and our expedition. What is expected shipping time about our demo kit Please, it is from Mr. Pikash. We will contact you directly and let you know, because exact times or date I cannot tell you now. I don't have exact information now here, so we will discuss it by email, I suggest. And we have question about the gaming, or how to get to the software development kit. How the customer can gain it or to get access to it. This is the main question, which probably is interesting for many people.
Okay. End of October, beginning of November, we will have a better version of the development kit, of the software development kit. That means it has to go through me. If you have a request, please contact either me or your SOS guy, and then we will find a way to give you a better version. The official release will be somewhere, I guess, end of the year, January, but I'm not sure about this. And then it will be freely available for download. But from the time on, from end of October, beginning of November, we have to handle it on a case-to-case basis.
Yes, thanks. And we have another question regarding cooperation of xPico Wi-Fi and MCU or any microcontroller. Can we use xPico to upload code to MCU?
Yes, you can. Basically, what the xPico provides you is a transparent panel. So if you send on the remote side, everything you send on the remote side into a TCP connection will show up on the serial side of your xPico Wi-Fi, and then on the UART of your microcontroller. So if you just want to download code, then it's easy. You listen on the UART of your microcontroller, and if you see the header of the code, you say, okay, fine, your code is coming, and I will collect it and write it into my flash. If you want to do more, then you have to add some protocol that you know it's now your code is coming, or this is a request, for example, give me this and this date. But since it's a transparent interface, it's up to you how to do your protocol. If this doesn't answer your question completely, then I would say let's have a discussion afterwards via email or via a call.
Yes, thanks. So in general, it can be said that because xPico Wi-Fi also acts like, so to say, translator, or what it will receive through Wi-Fi, it can send further through serial port. It should function this way.
Yes.
Yes, thanks. We had one question, another. Is it possible to download the presentation from this webinar? Yes, it is possible, and as I mentioned in the beginning of the webinar, but probably many people didn't catch it at the beginning, all this webinar is recorded, including presentation from Mr. Hilhofer, and it will be available within few days in our SOS cinema. So when you come to our website, soselectronic.com, or local website, soselectronic.cz or SK or Hungary, no matter, you can see in the right portion of the display a little showing window about SOS Electronic Cinema, and there in the list you will see it. So all, including these answers and questions, will be available there. Another question: can the xPico module work in the mode that he works in a sleep, then he will wake up, send data, and he himself or itself returns back to a sleep mode?
Yeah, there are several ways. One way is, for example, it's in deep sleep. Let's do the deep sleep, which is 6 microamps. If you want to send something out, you have to access the wake-up pin. The wake-up pin is an additional pin, and you have basically to toggle this pin from your microcontroller. Then the xPico Wi-Fi wakes up, builds up the connection to the access point, and then you can send your data. And currently, you can configure a timeout. A couple of seconds when the last data went out, it goes back to deep sleep again.
Yes, thanks. No more questions at the moment. I'd like to say that xPico Wi-Fi will soon be available in our stock. So we will also support technical support and any kind of information which you will need. If we don't have any other questions, we will ask you to fill in some short survey which you will see after ending this webinar. When you fill in this survey, you will have a possibility to win complete new xPico Wi-Fi module. So it is a quite nice prize, I suppose it can be said. We have another question yet. Please, are there more types of development kit, or there will be only one type of development kit or development board?
In the moment, we have 2 different development boards for the xPico and the xPico Wi-Fi. In the future, we will have only one, which is the development board for the xPico Wi-Fi.
And another question: can xPico run in bridge mode with a GSM module?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Can xPico run in a so-called bridge mode with a GSM module?
Bridge mode on the serial, yes. If the GSM module has a serial output, you can hook it up with xPico Wi-Fi and then send the serial out on the local Wi-Fi interface. This is possible. Since the xPico Wi-Fi has no Ethernet interface, if your GPRS modem has the Ethernet interface, it will not work.
Yes,
So bridge serial to Wi-Fi will work, bridge Ethernet to Wi-Fi will not work.
Yes, so it depends mainly on interfaces on both sides, so that they could communicate to each other.
Yes.
Okay, no more questions at the moment. If you have any further questions which you don't have now, for example, you can anytime contact us with these questions and we will answer them in SOS Electronic, or we will pass it to producer, to Lantronix, So at the moment, I'd like to thank you, Peter, for this presentation. After filling short form, you can end this presentation, or to be more exact, you can end the presentation or this webinar even without filling this form. But when you fill this short survey after webinar, you have a chance to win xPico Wi-Fi. And please note that in 1 week already, on next Wednesday, we have another webinar about Sensorion products from these are sensors from Switzerland, Swiss production about humidity, temperature, pressure, very interesting product. So if you are interested, please don't hesitate. You can join also another webinar. So you're welcome. Okay, so no more questions. Thanks for your attention for all. So nice to see you and glad to hear you once again in another webinar in the future. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.